Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 6. It's the last game in the Avernum saga. Well, aside from Blades of Avernum, admittedly, but I'll get to that eventually, don't worry. I know people were asking. And, I admit, I don't remember very much of it. There is one moment that's going to happen that stands out very, very much in my mind, and I know the basic idea of what some of the plot is and where it's going to end, but that's it. I don't remember aside from that, what we're going to encounter. I don't even remember where the demo ends, truth be told. I don't think I played the demo for this very much. I don't even remember where it begins. So, this is gonna be a big thing. Very unknown for me. Also, I think the engine is a bit different this time. But, well, we've got our characters, and I know what I'm going to name them after, so give me a moment while I cut out of this and adjust this to how I want it. Just give me a minute. Alright, that's the characters pretty much made up, and, well, I had a bit of trouble because I wanted to build this in a way that you had a Slith, a Niffle, and two humans. Two of them female, two of them male. And I had a lot of trouble thinking of something I enjoyed that had that mix, aside from what I already used. Until I realized that, well, there is one thing that I enjoy that can have a mix of that. And it fit very perfectly within the setting. So, let's see if you can guess what exactly I named them after. With Ortas, mighty warrior of the Slithzerakai. Michael, slightly sneaky but still strong fighter. Anar, a Nephil who is a devout priest, and has even been looking at joining the Anama, truth be told. And Rika, a powerful mage. Or will be a powerful mage, just you wait and see. Also, looking through the traits, I did make a discovery about something handy we'll be able to do. I think there was a change in the engine this time, which provides some various changes that, well, you'll see eventually. Either way, let us begin. On normal. Avernum, a nation underground, a subterranean land spreading through a multitude of deep, dark caverns and tunnels. Once the prison for the Empire that rules the surface, it has ascended to an undreamt-of level of size and wealth. Now that the Empire and Avernum are at peace after years of conflict, multitudes of adventurers, miners, and wealth-seekers have rushed to the underworld, looking for gold, crystals, and natural sources of magical power. Everyone enters and leaves Avernum through a single magical portal, desperately overtaxed by those seeking freedom and their fortune. But the years of prosperity have not lasted. A new, devastating threat has appeared. Nobody predicted it. Nobody human, anyway. The Blight first appeared on the rich mushroom crops of the Eastern Gallery. Nobody knows where it came from. Was it created? Did it just appear? Everyone has a theory. What everyone agrees upon is that the Blight spread quickly, destroying the mushrooms in one cavern after another. The mushrooms that fed the new multitudes of Avernites and their beasts of burden. It took time for panic to set in. When it finally took hold, it struck with a vengeance. Then, sensing weakness, the savage lizard people, the Slithzerakai of the northern reaches, emerged from their low tunnels. Most Slithzerakai are calm, civilized creatures, allies of Avernum. The northern tribes, however, led by a trio of deadly and cunning warlords, immediately gained ground against their disorganized foe. The Avernites showed little interest in fighting for a land where they could only starve. Instead, they fled. Every day, the Great Portal carries refugees from the caverns to the surface and brings back rations for those who remain. Soon, the population of Avernum will be low enough to survive on the food that remains. But will those that remain be strong enough to survive the assault of the Slithzerakai? In the end, the only thing that separates Avernum from chaos, starvation, or invasion is a dwindling army of brave souls. Warriors like you. Not that you ever actually get to fight or do anything heroic. After you volunteered for the army and completed your training, you were assigned to the castle food depot and left to gather dust. Under the harsh gaze of Sergeant Nickel, you have kept the dwindling food supplies of the depot safe from rats, looters, and your terrified fellow Avernites. As the war rages, you spend your days in tedium. This morning, you wake up to the shouts of Sergeant Nickel, who surely has a new day of tedium planned for you. Though today, your military career is about to take an unexpected turn. Welcome to Avernum 6. Yes, as you can see, it looks quite different. We've got our spells, of course, which... Oh yes, theirs are different. I mean, we got Bolt of Fire, we got Call Beast, we got Daze, we got Haste, but we also have Cloaks, which are new. There's 4 of them here. I think I remember them. Cloak of Curses gives your group's attacks a chance of putting a random curse on the target. I think this one is is a boost to ranged attacks, this one a boost to melee attacks, and this one a boost to magic attacks. I think the rest of them are pretty much the same kind of stuff you'd see. As for pre-spells, heal, cure, war blessing, protection, repel spirit. But then we've got these shields. I think this protects from mental effects, this from melee attacks, and this from elemental attacks, from what I remember. I think the rest of these are basically the same stuff we've seen. And then we've got the various, you know, these kinds of things. Well-aimed blow, shield breaker, etc., etc. Well, we may as well put them in. Yeah, I know, I'm setting up a bit sooner than I probably should, but meh. At least I'm getting it all set up properly. He doesn't have Smite. That's unfortunate. Alright. Bolt of Fire is all needed there. Alright, and as for what we're carrying, not really very much of anything. I mean, we've all got healing potions. That's about it. Oh, damn it. There we go. Alright, let's get moving. You start to walk around and attempt to get your circulation moving again. It isn't easy. The constant icy drafts of air from the nearby chasm fill your life with misery, but this was the only chamber with room for you. You wish, for the 1000th time, that you were living in one of the warmer barracks upstairs. Alas, you are at the bottom of the ladder at the food depot, a fact that the soldiers upstairs never let you forget. Another draft hits you, making you shudder. The caverns of Avernum tend to be either too cold or too hot and choked with sulfur steam. Oh well, the sooner you get to work, the sooner you can get out of here. You are already wearing your armor. Your blades await to the east, which is down in this direction. Well, that's a chasm. Alright. I don't like the style of map. I'm pretty sure what this is the Avernum engine, the next game series I actually plan on doing. And I really don't like this map because the ground is the same color as the background, and it's really kind of frustrating. It can get annoying trying to figure out where you are, especially in the outside. I don't like it. Your blades are sitting here where you left them. Crude weapons dented by years of use, but it could be worse. In the earliest days of Avernum, the prisoners wielded spears tipped with sharpened stone. It's a miracle that anyone survived. Time to ready some blades and see what unpleasant job Sergeant Nickel has in store for you. You imagine you can hear his boot tapping impatiently on the stone, waiting for you to emerge. Alright. Yes, I know how this works. Oh, yes! We can dual wield now. I imagine there are people who would be happy to be able to do that, but I don't really have any plans to dual wield with these characters. I should, but I forgot about that and didn't plan to do such. The weapon, despite its age and poor condition, feels comfortable in your hand. At the very least, you should be able to handle any of the tedious tasks you're likely to be given in the castle food depot. There are additional supplies waiting for you in the cabinet by the north wall. You'd probably better collect them before you move on. You hear angry shouting coming from beyond the storeroom door. Sergeant Nickel is probably bellowing for you to come out. The day is off to a perfectly normal start. Some coins, some more healing potions, and a wooden shield. And a bow. To the Nephil it goes. Alright, let's go. What have we got out here? Private quarters, of course. Sergeant Nickel is sitting at his desk waiting for you. He is a lifer in the Avernum army, born and raised in the underworld. He is deathly pale and, like everyone who spent a lifetime down here, increasingly sickly in his advancing age. He has also been your superior officer and trainer during your year in the army. Almost every order, reprimand, and rare bit of encouragement has come from him. But today, something is different. He slowly rises from his desk. Ah, you're finally up. It's good to see you. It's an eventful day, I think. And then he smiles. No, it's not a trick of the light. He's actually smiling. Oh God, what did I do wrong? Nothing. You've done well, actually. Far better than I expected when you were posted here a year ago. It's been days since you've mucked anything up. No, this will be a good day for you. It's really been a year already? The days turn into a blur here, don't they? Nothing but tedium. But it's better than the alternative. Better than what's happening out there. How is it a good day? First, I want you to know that, although your posting here should be coming to an end, I have asked Lieutenant Caitlin to keep you here indefinitely. You can assist me in running the depot, safe from the chaos outside. You feel dizzy. You joined the army to become a hero, to fight for Avernum. And Nickel is making you stay prisoner in this pit, hunting rats and keeping the mob from sacks of moldy meal? If you wanted safety, you wouldn't have signed up. How could you do that? I want out of here! Nickel looks surprised, and then gets a strange look on his face. Not the anger you expected, it's sadness. To be young. To still be unable to appreciate the gifts people have given you. Still, you'll understand someday. I find you easy to work with, so I decided to protect you. It doesn't matter. What is done, and I have a second bit of news for you. Wait, you're protecting me? You haven't seen the campaigns like I have. How ugly the wars can get down here. Once you have spent much of the last year here. Only a little time on leave. Not much news has reached you. The campaigns in the north, of the uprisings, of... things are kept quiet as long as possible sometimes. Just know that being in this pit, as much as you hate it, is the best option. Well, for some, I suppose that's something they may want. Safety, security, not having to deal with nearly being killed on a regular basis. What is the next bit of news? Yeah, that I think you can be trusted with a little bit of independence. Do things on your own. Show a little initiative. This doesn't sound good. Go on. Well, for the last year, I've been holding your hand, fighting with you, telling you when to use magic, helping you disperse the mobs. Now, at last, I think you can stand on your own. Not a moment too soon. I need to do something? Nothing spectacular. More rats. He points to the south. I found fresh spoor just an hour ago. Heard the beggars, too. Probably came up from the chasm. There's no food in those caves now, so they'll be hungry. That'll make it easy for you to lure them out. Once they smell you. Can I get more supplies? He snorts. Very quickly, the sarcastic, critical Nickel returns to you. For rats? What would you like? A potion of invulnerability? A wand of death? Or 3? Perhaps I should find Demon Slayer for you. Is that what you want? You tell him that... No, that probably wouldn't be necessary. You won't be coming with me? No, of course not. It's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet. And your tail, I suppose. We don't stand on the tail. Alright, I'll hunt down those rats. And I'll catch up on my requisition forms. Come back when they're dead. He points to the south. How handy. We actually get a note on the map of where it is. Alright, let's get looking, and we'll grab a few things that I suppose are worth things. It's nice that it says when it can't be sold. Alright. Somewhere around here. Most of Avernum is dimly lit by the green luminescent fungus that hangs from the ceilings of the caverns. Created by wizards when Avernum was first settled, the stuff makes life in the underworld possible. However, very little of it gets down into low tunnels like these. That's why there are some lamps on the table here. You might want to get one and use it. Yeah, I suppose we'll grab a couple. Let's see. Leave them in here, and let's use one. Ooh, much brighter. Deep storage, keep out. The mages of Patrick's Tower sent the depot 3 stone servants to haul around supplies and do odd jobs. Unfortunately, without their creators to guide them, they were clumsy and confused and tended to do more harm than good. They are currently being stored down here where they can't break anything. Great. You thread your way among empty boxes and shelves, which once stored food and supplies. Not anymore. The people of Avernum are eating the food far faster than it is being brought from the surface. And you know how that story will end. Sergeant Nickel was right. There are rats down here. You see the droppings and the fresh tracks and the light layer of mold on the stone. It doesn't take too long to find the rats. Nickel was right about another thing. The moment they smell fresh meat, the vicious furry beasts pour out of their hiding places. Oh, there they are. Alright then. Oh, looks like you go first. Here's a stabbing. Here's a stabbing. You can use this. There we go. And you, a fireball. Is it me, or is this a bit laggy? Seems kind of slow. Yes, I know. Alright, fine. If you're telling me to use one, I'll use one. There. Happy? Oh, we are killing these in one hit with it, so I guess it's not that bad. No, I don't need to use a healing spell. There we go. Oh, there we are. Didn't see that one. Fine. If you insist. Just so I can follow. Another rat climbs out of the chasm. It is far larger than the others, a huge, hideous beast. Its skin is covered with patches of fungus, and white froth dots the corners of its mouth. Its eyes show traces of feral intelligence. You doubt Sergeant Nickel knew anything like this beast was down here. If you live, he might want to be informed. Oh, we'll inform him. I swear, combat is moving so much slower. Yes, yes, I know. I know how to do these things. Played this game enough. Sergeant Nickel will be pleased. The rats are all dead, and your wounds will heal eventually. Okay. Is there anything else we can take down here? Let's see. We got a flawed crystal and a scroll. That's some things. Oh, 4 leather helmet. A belt. And some food. Yes, I'm actually taking the food. There's a reason for that. Alright. Back to Sergeant Nickel we go. Sergeant Nickel notes the fresh scratches on your armor with approval. Well, you seem a bit more worn down than I would have expected for just a handful of rats, but you did get the job done. He gets some fresh bandages out of his desk and tends to your wounds. Good old field medicine. First picked it up in the Zakazai campaign. Ugly days. I suppose I should get a report about the fight, see if there's any pointers I can give you. Well, these weren't your ordinary rats. Sergeant Nickel listens with concern. He seems skeptical until he looks at the scratches on your armor again. I think I'll look around myself. This looks like a larger infestation than normal. Might mean... Well, I'll look. As for you, it looks like our instincts were correct. You're capable of acting on your own, for short times, doing easy tasks anyway. Now I have something else for you to do. What do you want me to do? He walks to the west gate, raps on it with a mailed hand, and shouts to the guards upstairs. It starts to open slowly. Then he points to the stairway beyond. Go upstairs and report to Lieutenant Caitlin. She's in the audience hall right now, telling hungry people why they can't have more food. Make sure everything is under control up there. Then if she doesn't need you, report back to me. What do you think she'll want me to do? Probably nothing, but you might want to mention the rest to her. I have to come back down here? You're going to try to go outside again, on some adventure? Not wise. The people of Avernum are not getting calmer, and if they find out you work in the food depot. You're a good kid. I'm trying to keep you safe. Don't make it harder. Alright, I'm going. Oh, and one more thing. I think you're going to be allowed to have this. He removes a key from a pouch and hands it to you. This is the key to the upstairs food bins, in case Caitlin sends you to get food for someone. as unlikely as that is. Having that key is a privilege. Don't misuse it. Go see Caitlin. I have work to do. He casts an uneasy glance at the shadowy corridor to the south. Well, that means we'll be heading upstairs, which will happen in the next episode. Because, hey, this is just the beginning of the tutorial, and it's this area down here, and also I think those episodes last long enough. I mean, we could go a bit longer, but there's probably going to be a lot of talking and such in the next episode, which will make this a lot longer. So, I'm going to end it here. That said, that is the end of this episode. Till then, I am Chester44, that is Mortas, Michael, Amar, and Rika. This has been an Avernum 6 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.